Good morning students, how are you all? Hope you are all fine at home. In today's class, we are going to see about grammar, okay? So the topic of the grammar is question tags. Repeat after me, question tags. Okay, what is meant by question tag? Now let us see the definition. Question tag is related to the questions. Question tag is related to the questions. So question tag is nothing but it is only the questions. Okay. So what is the questions? Questions means the word that starts with WH letter. Okay. So the words that starts with WH letter is known as question tags. So this question tag is nothing but the questions. They are not a complete question in itself. So these questions are not the complete word. It is an incomplete one. Okay. For example, don't, isn't, haven't, hasn't. So these are all the incomplete words. Okay. So it is the short form of do not, is not, have not, has not. Okay. So these are all called as the contractions. The short form of words are known as the contractions. Okay. Don't, do not, isn't, is not, haven't, have not, hasn't, has not. So they are not a complete questions. So they are not the complete questions. So question tag is nothing but it is the question only, but it is not in a complete form. These are the form of questions that is attached to the statements. So these are the form of questions. Okay, so this don't, isn't, haven't, hasn't are the form of questions that comes in the statement. So what is meant by statement? Statement is nothing but it is a sentence. Okay, so in a sentence, these kind of words will come. For example, we are reading. Okay, we are reading. So what is this? This is the statement. So a sentence is called as the statement. So for this we have written the question word question tag as aren't we. Okay, we have written the question tag as aren't we. So how this aren't we has come? Now we will see. Okay. The next one is the types of question tags. So how many types of question tags are there? There are two types of question tags. One is positive question tag and the next one is the negative question tag. Okay, now let us see one by one. So what is the positive question tag? If the question tag is attached to negative statement, it is known as positive question tag. So if the statement is in the negative form, so what is meant by negative? If the statement comes with a not, okay, not or no, that is known as the negative statement. So if the statement comes in the negative form, that is known as positive question tag. For example, he is not learning. Okay, he is not learning. Is this statement a positive question tag or a negative question tag? Very good. This statement is in the negative form because the word not has come in here. So we have written as is he. Okay, we have written the question tag as is the question mark. So for this positive question tag, there is a structure. Okay. The structure of positive question tag is auxiliary verb plus subject plus question mark. Okay. So this is the structure you have to write like this one. What is the auxiliary verb? We have already learned in the previous class. So auxiliary verb is nothing but be. Okay. Am, is, are, was, were. Look at here I have written. Am, is, are, was, were. So these words are called as the auxiliary verb. So what you have to do? You have to first write the auxiliary verb. Next to the auxiliary verb, you have to write the subject. And next to the subject, you have to write the question mark. Okay. So what is meant by subject? Subject means it is the name of the person, place, thing or the animal. Okay. Now look at here. He is not learning. So if the sentence is in the negative form, how you have to write the answer? You have to write the answer only in the positive form. Okay. So the sentence is in the negative form, you have to write the answer in the positive form. So for writing the answer, how we will write? We have to first identify the auxiliary verb of the sentence. So what is the auxiliary verb of the sentence? He is not learning. Very good. The auxiliary verb of the sentence is. So I have written the is first. Okay. So next to the auxiliary verb, what you have to write? You have to write the subject. So what is the subject of the sentence? Very good. The subject is he. So we have written is he. So we have written the auxiliary verb, we have written the subject, and after the subject, what we have to do? We have to put the question mark. So I have written question mark. Okay. So he is not learning. It is he. So this is the question tag of this sentence. So if the sentence is in the negative form, you have to write the answer only in positive form. Okay, this is known as the positive question tag. Shall we say once again? Positive question tag means if the question tag is attached to negative statement, it is known as positive question tag. So the structure is auxiliary verb plus subject, auxiliary verb plus subject plus question mark. So the auxiliary verbs are am, is, are, was and were. If the auxiliary verb am comes, you have to write aren't. Okay, you should not write am. You have to write only aren't. And if is comes, you have to write isn't, aren't, was, wasn't, were, weren't. Okay. So if the auxiliary verb am comes, what you have to write? You have to write aren't, is, isn't, aren't, was, wasn't, that, weren't. Okay. So we have seen the first type. So the second type is the negative question tag. Okay. The next type we are going to see is negative question tag. What is the negative question tag? If the question tag, so QT means question tag. Okay. If the question tag is attached to positive statement, it is known as negative question tag. So if the statement comes in the positive form, that is known as the negative question tag. So this is it is opposite for the positive question tag. Okay, it's totally different from it. Example: we are working. We are working. So how the statement is? If the statement is in the negative form or in the positive form? Very good. The statement is in the positive form because there is no not in the sentence. So it is in the positive form. So when the statement is in the positive form, how you have to write the answer? You have to write the answer in the negative form. So for that we have a structure for the negative question tag. So like this we have seen the structure for positive question tag, and in a negative question tag also there is a structure for it. What is the structure? Auxiliary verb plus not plus subject plus question mark. Okay, repeat after me. The structure is auxiliary verb plus not plus subject plus question mark. So read the sentence. We are working. We are working. So what is the auxiliary verb in the sentence? Very good. The auxiliary verb is are. So I have written are. Okay. So next to the auxiliary verb, what you have to write? You have to write the not. So because of this negative question tag, I have to add not. Okay. So I have written in the short form. N apostrophe D. So after writing the auxiliary verb and not, what you have to write? You have to write the subject. So what is the subject in this sentence? Very good. The subject is be. Okay. Aren't, be. So we have written the auxiliary verb, not, subject. At last, what we have to add? We have to add the question mark. So this question mark is very, very important in the question tag. Okay. So at last we have added the question mark. Aren't, be. So this negative question tag is nothing but if the question tag is attached to positive statement, it is known as negative question tag. So if the sentence is in the positive form, you have to write the answer in the negative form. If the sentence is in the negative form, you have to write the answer in the positive form. Okay. So if the sentence is the positive form, so we have to write the answer in the negative form. The auxiliary verb plus not plus subject plus question mark. Okay. Have I understood this? Positive question tag and negative question tag. Shall we recall from first? The question tag is nothing but it's just a question only. Okay. So this question tag is of two types: the positive question tag and the negative question tag. So if the sentence is attached to a negative statement, it is known as positive question tag, and if the sentence is in the negative form, if the sentence is in the positive form, it is known as negative question tag. So the structure of positive question tag is auxiliary verb, subject, and question mark. So the sentence is in the negative form, the answer should be in the positive form. If the sentence is in the positive form, the answer should be in the negative form. So the structure of negative question tag is auxiliary verb plus not plus subject plus question mark. And here are a few points I have written for you. The things that you have to keep in mind while writing the question tag. Okay. So the first point is question tag never starts with capital letter. So the question tag always starts with capital letter. It always starts with the small letter. Look at here, I have written only small letter is a small letter I, R, small letter R, and here also R, small letter R. So the question tag won't starts with the capital letter. It always starts with the small letter. And second point, it should never be a noun, always be a pronoun. And this question tag, by writing the question tag, you should never use the noun form. Okay, you should never use the noun form. You have to use only in pronoun. So what is meant by pronoun? Pronoun means I, he, you, they, he, she. We have already seen in the previous classes. Okay. So one we have to write in the pronoun form only. So Priya is beautiful. Priya is beautiful. So Priya is a girl. So how will you refer to a girl in pronoun? We will refer as she. Okay, we will refer the girl as she. So this sentence is in the positive form. Okay, Priya is beautiful. So while the sentence is in the positive form, you have to write the answer only in the negative form. So, what we will do first? We will write the auxiliary verb first. So, what is the auxiliary verb in the sentence? Very good. Auxiliary verb is. So, we have to write the negative form. For that, what we have to add? We have to add not. So, we have written the not in the short form. Isn't. Okay. So, instead of this word Priya, okay, Priya is a noun. Okay. So, instead of this noun, what we have to do? We have to make it as a pronoun. So the pronoun for the girl is she. Okay. So isn't she? At last what we have did? We have added the question mark. So isn't she? The next example. Ram was playing. Ram was playing. So this sentence also in the positive form. So the answer should be in the negative form. So what is the auxiliary verb here? Very good. Auxiliary verb is was. So the sentence is positive. We have to write the negative form. So I have added not. Okay, wasn't. So Ram is a boy. So how we will refer a boy? We will refer the boy as he. So we have to write the pronoun he. Wasn't he? Have you understood? It should never be a noun. Always be a pronoun. So this is the second point. You have to keep in mind. And the third one is if there is no auxiliary verb, use do, did, does according to the verb. So if in a sentence, if you won't find any auxiliary verb like am, is, are, was and were, what you have to do? You have to add do, did, does. Okay, you have to add do, did, does according to the verb that you find in the sentence. Okay, if the sentence is in the present tense, you have to add do. If the sentence is in the past tense, you have to add did. And the sentence that comes along with the verb s, you have to add does. Okay, have you understood? If there is no auxiliary verb, use do, did, does according to the verb. So you should not use all the three. You should use any one according to the verb. Okay, now let us see the example. I play. So what is the subject here? Okay, students. Now let us see the example. Okay. So read the sentence. I play. I play. So what is the verb in the sentence? Very good. The verb is play. So this play is the present tense, past tense or future tense. This verb play is the present tense. So if the verb is in the present tense, what you have to do? You have to use do. Okay, do. And why we have added the negative form? Because the sentence is in the negative statement. Okay, the sentence is the negative statement. So we have written the answer in the. So the sentence is in the positive form. So we have written the answer in the negative form. Okay, don't. And at last what we have to do? We have to use the pronoun. Okay, the pronoun is I. So after this pronoun we have added the question mark. Okay, so I play, don't I. Look at the next example. Sita dance. Sita dance. Dance is the verb of the sentence. So dance is the present tense. So when the present tense comes, we have to use the verb do. And this sentence is in the positive form. So we have add the not. Okay, so we have to write the answer in the negative form. Don't. And Sita is a girl. So we should not use the noun form. We have to use only the pronoun. So what is the pronoun of Sita? Sita is a girl. So we have to add she. And at last we have added the question mark. Likewise, I play. I play. So played is the verb and this verb is the past tense. So when the past tense comes, we have to add did. Okay, did. And this sentence is in the positive form. So you have to add not. You have to write the answer in the negative form. Did I. Likewise, Sita danced. Did she. And the next one is Ram comes. So if the verb that comes with S, you have to put the verb does. Okay, you have to put the verb does. So come is the verb and S has been came along with this verb. So what you have to use? You have to use the verb does. The sentence is in the positive form, so you have to write the answer in the negative form. Doesn't he? So Ram is the boy. So instead of that noun, you have to change the noun into the pronoun form. So the pronoun of boy is he. Okay, doesn't he? Ravi goes. So in this also the S has comes along with the verb. So if the S comes to the verb, what you have to do? You have to use the verb does. Sentence is in the negative form, sorry, positive form. You have to write the answer in the negative form. So doesn't he? Have you understood? So if the auxiliary verb doesn't come, so what you have to do? You have to look at the verb. So if the verb is in the present form, you have to use do. The verb is in the past form, you have to use did. And if the verb comes along with the yes, you have to use does. So if the sentence is in the positive form, the answer should be in the negative form. If the sentence is in the negative form, the answer should be the positive form. And at last, you should not use the noun, you have to use only the pronoun. And without forgetting, you have to keep the question mark. So that's the question tag. Shall we move on to the next one? So the sentence. Okay, so the next topic we are going to see is sentence. So what is meant by sentence? It is a group of words that make a complete sense. So sentence means it's nothing but it is a statement. Okay, it is a group of words that gives a complete meaning about something. So that is known as sentence. Example: the boy plays cricket. The boy plays cricket. So something has been said about the boy. That what the boy has been doing. So what is the boy doing? The boy is playing cricket. So it gives some information about the subject. So it is a group of words that gives a complete meaning. And next we are going to see about the kinds of sentences. Okay, how many kinds of sentences are there? There are 4 kinds of sentences. We have already seen the 2. Declarative sentence and the interrogative sentence. Okay, now let us see from first. So declarative sentence. Declarative sentence means it is a statement that gives some information. It ends with a full stop. So declarative statement is nothing but it is a sentence that gives some information. Okay, it gives some information, and this declarative sentence ends with a full stop only. Okay, look at this example. He is watching cricket. He is watching cricket. So this is a sentence, and this sentence has ends with a full stop, and something has been stated by the boy. Okay, that what the boy is doing. So what he is doing? He is watching cricket. Okay, so something has been said by the boy, and the sentence ends with a full stop. Likewise, I go to school. I go to school. So something has been stated in this sentence, and it also ends with a full stop. Okay, so declarative sentence is nothing but it is a statement that gives some information. It ends with a full stop. He is watching cricket. I go to the school. And the next type is the interrogative sentence. So what is meant by interrogative sentence? You already know interrogative sentence is nothing but it is about asking questions. Okay, the sentence that starts with the word. It is used to ask question. The sentence starts with WH word. It ends with question mark. So as we already said, the sentence starts with the WH question word like what, who, where, which, when. Okay, and this sentence ends with a question mark. So that is known as the interrogative sentence. Now look at this example. Who are you? Where are you going? So how the sentence starts? The sentence starts with the WH word and it ends with the question mark. So it is called as the interrogative sentence. And the next type we are going to see about is the imperative sentence. So what is my imperative? It is used to give a command, request, order, advice. It has a full stop at the end. So imperative sentence means it's nothing but it is of commanding, requesting, getting angry, like that. Okay, so order or advice. And this imperative sentence also ends with a full stop like the declarative sentence. Okay, so shut the door. Please come here. You must do it. So shut the door is an order that you should do it. You must do it. Okay. Please come here. So this sentence is of a request. Will you please come here? You must do it. You must do it means it is of ordering a person. You must. You should do it. So these sentences comes under the imperative sentence. Okay. So imperative sentence is nothing but it is used to give a command, request, order, advice. It has a full stop at the end. Okay. So how many kinds of sentences now we have seen? We have seen only 3. Okay. The declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence. So So next we are going to see about the exclamatory sentence. Okay students, so the next type we are going to see is exclamatory sentence. What is the exclamatory sentence? It is used to express emotions such as surprise, joy, pain, anger. It ends with exclamation mark. So exclamatory sentence is nothing but it is of expressing our feelings. Okay, what are those feelings? Happiness, sadness. So have it written. Okay, pain, joy, anger. So these are all the emotions. Okay, so it is used to express our emotions, and this exclamatory sentence will always ends with the exclamation mark. So this is known as the exclamation mark. Okay. For example, what a pretty dress. Okay, repeat after me. What a pretty dress. So this sentence ends with the exclamation mark. So it expresses the joyness of something. Okay. How exciting. How exciting. So this is also ends with the exclamation mark. So it is known as the exclamatory sentence. Okay. Shall we once again? It is used to express emotions such as surprise, joy, pain, anger. It ends with exclamation mark. Example, what a pretty dress. How exciting. Okay. So we have seen the types of sentences. Now let us see the exercise how to write. Okay. So in page number 31, they have given exercise. Write whether these group of words or sentences or phrases. Okay, so we have already seen what is meant by sentences and what is meant by phrases. Sentences means it is a group of words that has a complete meaning, that has a complete sense, and phrases a group of words that has an incomplete meaning. So they have given 8 sentences and one has been done for you. So you have to do the remaining sentences. Okay, the first one. An old woman lived in the cottage. An old woman lived in the cottage. So this is a sentence, okay, because it has a complete meaning. But look at the second one, in the woods. Okay, in the woods. So it is a group of words that has an incomplete meaning. So it is known as a phrase. Likewise, you have to do the remaining sentence. Okay, Rebecca went to stay with her aunt. On the table, school will reopen after the winter holidays. Put the vegetables in the kitchen. Could you hold this box for some time? Clear blue skies. So you have to do this exercise. So next in page number 132, write what kind of sentences these are. Okay, write what kind of sentences these are. So how many kinds of sentences we have seen? Very good. We have seen 4 kinds of sentences. What are they? Declarative sentence, narrative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. So you have to read the sentences and you have to find out what kind of sentence these are. The first one, how beautiful the garden is. Okay, how beautiful the garden is. So this sentence ends with an exclamation mark. So it expresses some feelings. So what kind of sentence is this? Very good. So this is an exclamatory sentence. So another 7 has been given for you. You have to do it. Okay. The second one. Can we play dumb carrots? Can we play dumb carrots? So the sentence ends with a question mark. Sentence ends with a question mark. By what kind of sentence is this? Very good. It is an interrogative sentence. And the third one. The elephant has a long trunk. The elephant has a long trunk. So the sentence ends with a full stop. So it can either be the declarative sentence or the imperative sentence. I would love to watch the sunset on the beach. So the sentence ends with the exclamation mark. Have you heard the latest news? Please do not be late tomorrow. Alex does not work in a hospital. Walk slowly. So these are all the remaining 7 sentences. So you have to find whether it is imperative, interrogative, imperative or exclamatory. Okay. And the next one. Write the sentences as character. Write the sentences as character. So in page number 33, they have given the sentences for you. So you have to write according about what they are asking. Okay. The first one. Please lend me 10 rupees. Please lend me 10 rupees. So what kind of sentence is this? Very good. So it is an imperative. So it is an imperative sentence because it is in a requesting one. Okay, please lend me 10 rupees. So what they have asked? They have asked to change it as into interrogative sentence. By while asking interrogative sentence, how will you ask questions? You will start with the question word and the sentence should end with the question mark. Okay. So, will you lend me 10 rupees? Will you lend me 10 rupees? So, this is the form of asking questions. Okay. And you have to keep question mark at the end of the sentence. So, they have given in the imperative sentence and they are asked to change the imperative sentence into interrogative sentence. So, we have changed. Okay. So the first one has been done for you. It is a wonderful filler. It is a wonderful filler. So it is a declarative sentence. Okay, they have asked to change the declarative sentence to exclamative sentence. So you have to add some words of expressing some emotions. Okay, and you have to add the exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. What a wonderful filler it is! What a wonderful filler it is! So likewise, they have given many sentences for you. You have to done. Third one, the postman was waiting outside the house. The postman was waiting outside the house. So this is the declarative sentence. They have asked to change it to interrogative one. The concept was very interesting. The concept was very interesting. So they have kept a full stop at the end of the sentence. This is also a declarative sentence. They have asked to change it to exclamative one. Go and iron your uniform. So you have to change it to interrogative. He was a kind-hearted man. Exclamative. The smell was dreadful. Exclamation. Please get me an empty plate. Interrogative. So you have to change according to this. And the next one is, see what a kind-hearted man. So they have given in a declarative one, and you have to change it to exclamation. So what a kind man he was. Okay, so you have to keep the exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. And the next one is change the sentence as indicator. Change the sentence as indicator. Carol is wearing blue shoes. Carol is wearing blue shoes. So this is also a declarative sentence. They have asked to change it to interrogative one. So how you will start interrogative question? You have to start with the question. Okay. So in Carol is wearing blue shoes, there is the auxiliary verb. So you can start with the auxiliary verb. Is Carol wearing blue shoes? So next to the auxiliary verb, what you have to do? You have to put the subject. Okay. So is Carol wearing blue shoes? So in interrogative sentence, will you keep full stop or question mark? Very good. You have to keep the question mark. And the next one, clean the room at once. Clean the room at once. So you have to change this sentence into declarative form. So let's start while writing declarative form. You have to start the sentence. Subject. Okay. So the room is clean. The room is clean. And next sentence, it was a very exciting journey. It was a very exciting journey. So this declarative sentence has been changed into exclamative one. So what an exciting journey it was. Exclamative sentence you have to put the exclamation mark. Okay. Likewise, as Mukesh lost his ID card. So this sentence has been changed into declarative. Mahima is leaving for Lucknow tonight. Change it to negative. So negative means nothing but you have to add no or not to the sentence. The snacks were delicious. You have to change it to interrogative one. Can you post this letter for me, please? Change it to imperative form. Nature is a beautiful place. And last one you have to change the exclamatory sentence. Okay, so we have seen how to do the exercises. And this is for your home assignment. Complete the given worksheet. Complete the given worksheet and complete page number 131, 132, 133. So in these pages you have to complete one thing A, B, G and E in your grammar.